Hi, dear Speak Up readers. We are back with Central San Martin's Laura Magro. She is a graduate from this great fashion school, and she was with us to discuss the Met Gala prior to this year's Met Gala, which has just taken place in New York, and I think it was beautiful. Hi, Laura. Thank you so much for being back. Did you like it?
And yeah, I have a lot of encounter feelings towards the Met Gala. Because I think we saw a lot of very interesting looks as well as very plain ones. I think because of the topic, that was very likely to happen. So yeah, I'm ready to discuss.
Great. So, I kind of want to bring up like our favorites. So, kind of see if we agree or which ones we can come up with that people should definitely check out. For me, clearly, I just like the most obvious ones that I'm gonna like. I think they were a lot of people's favorites, and so they were the ones that were worn by two of the hostesses of the event, who were Dua Lipa and Penelope Cruz. So they were both basically kind of bride wedding dresses. Penelope Cruz, I think it was my favorite. It was this bride dress from 1988. It had been worn by Ines de la Fresange, and it was Chanel, and it was just this like white, really like tight in the waist, big kind of gown, white gown, just very like what you would expect like a princess to wear, just super kind of glittery as well, but simple. Like it wasn't too much, but it also was just like fresh, and like really like divine, just like this really like white, just like cold white, and yeah, with this kind of like glitter motif, and then this really cool veil that went just like over the top of her body and was like attached to the dress. But I really loved the color, the shine, and the just the waist, and the fact that like she had this it wasn't too covering. Like I really liked that. Like it wasn't kind of like too much. It wasn't like too much. Like I feel like some brides just look like they're going to church and just staying there, and I think it was also quite sexy, while simultaneously being very princess like. And I don't know, I loved it, and she obviously looked gorgeous. And then Dua Lipa's, she just wore this 1992 Chanel dress, which was worn at the time by Claudia Schiffer, and it was kind of like a warmer white, with like a thicker fabric, and yeah, she wore it together with this like huge diamond in her necklace. And it was like simple, but it was just gorgeous. Like it was also again the tiny waist and like the huge gown, and she just looked stunning. Like her hair was just like wavy and like just free, and she looked so cool and like careless in a way, which I feel like is a very Dua Lipa look. And these two, I know it's like a classic to say, but I love them. Yeah. What did you think? Do you agree? Were there others that you found more appealing?
So I really agree with you because also Karl Lagerfeld's brides were kind of a thing. So I think it's really interesting that they both were archive Chanel bridal dresses because so in all of the catwalks, in all of the fashion shows, um, it was sort of seemed as a prestige to be chosen as a Chanel or like one of Karl Lagerfeld's bride. And for example, Claudia Schiffer, who you just mentioned, was chosen to be a bride in like I think it's more than 12 occasions. So it's really interesting because there aren't many Chanel wedding dresses. So that's why it's so nice that they both decided to wear the bridal, especially since they were both hosts. I personally really liked Penelope's dress too as well. It was just truly beautiful and it suited her perfectly. But also Dua Lipa one, I think it went very well with her style because she's very careless, as you just said. However, I feel like the original dress had a hat included into it, and I kind of missed the hat because I think it was like a really nice touch to the dress. But still, I think Dua Lipa pulled it off very, very well. It really suited her. So I think they were really good hosts in that sense. And then um, the other host of the night was Michaela Cole, and she was wearing Custom Schiaparelli, which is one of my favorite brands. And she was wearing this like sort of um, embedded golden look. And I really like that because one of the things that were very common in all of Karl Lagerfeld's designs was golden jewelry. He really liked jewelry, a lot of jewelry and golden jewelry. So she sort of made like homage. She paid homage to like the golden jewelry that Karl Lagerfeld was known to design. So that was also very pretty. And well, I believe like for me, one of the night's favorites was definitely Doja Cat, because she paid tribute to Karl Lagerfeld's cat, Choupette, whom he very much loved. And he's probably the richest cat in the world at the moment because he basically inherited all of his fortune. So yeah, Doja Cat came in dressed as a cat, but a very beautiful cat. She was wearing like some sort of face prosthetics that looked very real, and then she had a custom-made dress that sort of emulated like cat ears. It was very it was she looked like a cat, but it was also very sort of human, kind of like Cats the musical. I don't know if you've heard of it. And so whenever she was interviewed during the night, she was also she would mew to all of the journalists. She wouldn't really speak. So I think that was really, really interesting. That those are the kinds of sort of performances that I'm sort looking forward in a Met Gala as well. Not just the looks, but the whole performance of it. I think that's part of the Met. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. And I mean, I think, it was a way for people to get to know Karl Lagerfeld, because if I have to be honest, like, I did know him and like I had a look at his shows, but this was like getting to know him on another level. And I think I just prefer personally these like vintage bridal dresses, like from the 80s, early 90s. I was very impressed. Like I hadn't thought about, oh my god, I would love to get married in a Chanel dress. But honestly, after seeing the Penelope Cruz one, I was just yeah, very impressed, and really fell in love with it. And I guess it's also because like when they're worn by like Penelope or Dua, like they just make them look better. But also, I guess these more kind of vintage lines, like these collections, we don't really get to see as often because we're not in the 80s. So it's cool to get to know that part of Lagerfeld. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one who fell in love with these bridal dresses. And yeah, I don't know, like I thought it was way more romantic than I would have predicted, and which was something that I found really exciting, and that I crave from fashion in general. I feel like that's kind of a little bit of a lost art lately, and I don't know, I kind of enjoy that. And then I wanted to know what you thought of some other look apart from like your favorite like top 2 or 3. Like was there some other one? Because like for me, it was, for example, Gigi Hadid. She had this black, very kind of like sexy look, and also Kate Moss. I really loved it. I loved that pink. It was also very sexy. And Sydney Sweeney, oh my god, like that hair, and like she looked amazing. Like just I love how she just wants to look good, and like I don't know, I kind of love that. And she does. She clearly manages to do that. So I don't know. What did you think? Like, was there some other one that was classic like this that you also enjoyed, or did you prefer others that were more kind of out there and edgy?
Yeah, so I have a few of the looks that really caught my attention. And as you were mentioning, like the use of archival fashion pieces, I was really impressed by that as well, because I think it's really important to do that because yearly a designer, they design at least, like, they do 2 or 3 fashion shows. So there's a lot of clothes that are produced per year, and it's really sad for those clothes to just like disappear after that year like passes away. So in that line, I really enjoyed, for example, Kristen Stewart. Um, Kristen Stewart's look was from the 2016 collection, and it was very special because that fashion show was took place in La Habana in Cuba, and she was wearing this male look, like menswear suit, which was very, very beautiful and unique. So that was really nice to see. Also for her to change the look because she's been a Chanel ambassador for a few years now, but she's always sort of been dressed in very feminine kind of clothes. So it was really nice to see something different, which I think really suits her personal style. So it was really nice. Then I would have to say I really, really liked Billie Eilish. I think she looked super ethereal. She was wearing Sam Rocha, and I feel like she's since she's blonde, we're often used to you know, look at her in very bright sort of colors. In past Met Gala, she's always been dressed in sort of beige, white, soft colors, and this like in this Met Gala, she's wearing a full black look, which is Karl Lagerfeld's favorite color. His favorite color was black, and signature color is black. And it just looked really nice in contrast with her skin and her eyes. It was a very beautiful image. And then I also have to talk about Emily Ratajkowski. I did not love that much her carpet look. I mean, it was nice, but my favorite one though, so in the Met Gala, there's like different stages, and a lot of people change dresses throughout the night. And her after party dress was beautiful. Personally,
Yeah.
it was designed by one of my favorite designers. She was an emerging designer called Dilaria Fuindikiliku. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing it well because she has a very special last name. But she's one of my favorite emerging designers, and I think it looks so well on her. And then as well, Cardi B, she had like four dress changes throughout the night. And I think that's also so performative and so nice. All of the dresses had some sort of meaning. It all made sense. And she sort of made a spectacle of herself. So that was really nice as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love Emily Ratajkowski, so anything she does is okay. I agree with you very much, actually, that I didn't love her main dress, although she looked amazing in it, because she just, like, her face and her hair were amazing, and she's just gorgeous, so she's gonna look good in anything. But yeah, the after party look was so beautiful as well. Yeah, so I mean, I think overall it was quite a specific theme, right? I think it really was a homage. Like, you could tell, like, this was about Lagerfeld and very much about Chanel. And I thought it was quite interesting because it was quite a change from previous years. And yeah, it, like, I really liked it. Actually, you know, like I said, I was surprised in a good way. And yeah, it was quite interesting, I think.
I also would be interesting to like shout out a few of the men who attended the gala, which finally this year I feel like they put a little bit more effort into that. So I'd say maybe Conan Doyle, for example, he was dressed as Karl Lagerfeld. A lot of them were wearing the signature glasses and gloves Karl Lagerfeld looked. And also, for example, Bad Bunny again, he was wearing a bridal inspired suit by Jacquemus. So he always plays it very well in the Met Galas. I think this is probably his only his second one, right? But yeah.
Yeah, so amazing. Laura, thank you so much. I loved talking to you about this. I hope we can have you back for more fashion related topics. And yeah, and you look beautiful, by the way. Very, very Met Gala 2023. Yes, just thank you.
Thanks for having me again.